Hello and welcome to class. It's my pleasure to be here with you. I'm Dr. Scott Shaw, and I'm happy that we'll be spending some time together in the course here. I wanted to give some ideas as well as an introduction to myself. I've been at Grace Christian University since 2003 as an adjunct full-time since 2010, and have taught a variety of classes in different domains, and I'm excited that you're here. So I wanted to give some ideas here as we move ahead, some strategies for learning. When we're in the class, whether it's an online class or a hybrid class, learning goes fast. Before you know it, we're already halfway through, and then we get to the end of the class, and it seems like it went very, very quickly. So when in doubt, check the syllabus. Usually the first thing you ever want to do in a class is look at the syllabus. Then plan your week and take good notes. What are the lesson requirements? Sometimes it's discussions, sometimes it may be a paper. There might be some interaction with classmates or peers, so you want to make sure you can do that. If there's an online component to your class, which most of these are, you want to capitalize on your online asynchronous flexibility. So that's one of the reasons that we integrate online learning and have this component where there's discussions and other things that you can do versus synchronous learning where you might have to be in a classroom or in an online forum at a certain time altogether, say for instance like a Zoom meeting. So anytime you have some asynchronous learning opportunities, take advantage of that. Use that flexibility to get things done, work ahead, and just make sure that you're managing your time. And also, we're here to help. So whether it's myself or another professor, we are here for you. So that's exactly why we want you to reach out to us. If you have questions or concerns, it's always better to do it sooner than later. And this is from StudyTactics.com, top 10 best practices for distance learning. And this applies as well for classroom learning in a traditional classroom. But when you think about it, count the time cost and plan ahead. So a lot of times we look at the work and either underestimate the amount of time that a certain paper or discussion will take, and then we wait till the last minute and procrastinate, and then we find, oh my goodness, this is due right away, and I'm not going to have enough time to do it, and it creates extra stressors in our lives. Or we simply just forget about it until it's too late and realize, whoops, I missed that. So we want to make sure that we're always counting the cost, the time, and planning ahead. Also making a regular study schedule. Cal Newport is a psychologist who's written some really good stuff on deep work and suggests having the same time every day. So if you're a morning person, blocking out a chunk of time that you do your work every day, or whatever days you've designated to do your schoolwork, and then that becomes that sacred time that you block it out and it always gets done. So having a regular time is very, very helpful versus trying to squeeze it in here and there whenever you can make time for it. Read class materials carefully. So of course, mentioning going through the syllabus on the previous slide, that's important. So again, if you're not sure, go back to the syllabus, go back to emails or announcements in Blackboard, and that will help you to make sure that you have everything that you need. Be interactive. So most of our discussions, when there's discussion posts, require some kind of a peer dialogue. Think of discussions in Blackboard much like a class discussion. So you're going to say something first, and that would be your primary discussion, and then as you engage and respond to peers, it'd be like a conversation. So the more interactive you are, the more that we as faculty appreciate that, because it shows that you're engaging with ideas and concepts deeply. Also impress us by adding value, by adding reference support. So we use APA style. So of course you're using the author, year in parenthetical citations, and also including the full citation at the end. In a paper, it'd be on a references page. Some of the common mistakes that many students make are using works cited or citations or resources, but APA style uses references. If you have any questions, certainly check the APA manual. Also create a study zone, having a place that is yours that you're able to get some work done as distraction-free as possible, and that's important. Identify personal support, so who are the family and friends that are behind you. Of course, your professors are behind you, but think about other people that are going to support your progress and your success and align with them. Check your work. So it's always important to proofread. It's amazing how even in my own writing, sometimes I think it makes sense to me, and then I run my spell checker and I can't believe that one got through. Or I read a sentence and I have to read it 4 times to figure out what I almost thought I meant because it absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. So proofread your work, and it will save you a lot of headaches when it comes time for grading, and you realize that, oh man, I got knocked down on that. That's not good. So check your work, make sure it's exactly the way you would like it when you submit it. have the required equipment. So I've heard of students writing papers on cell phones or other things and trying to get it in. I've had some that were handwritten on a napkin, no less. So making sure that you have that dedicated space and time and technology that you need, whether it's reliable Wi-Fi or having a computer or laptop that you can use regularly, that's going to help you to be successful. And then the other key is just taking responsibility for our own learning. So, of course, we want to embrace lifelong learning. Learning never stops. This is just one step of many that you'll have throughout your life. Learning never stops. You might graduate and go on, but the learning will continue, really until we're home with the Lord. So always be learning and take responsibility for what you're gleaning from the class and from your studies. When in doubt, reach out. So if you have any questions, certainly get in touch with me. My email is there. My cell phone is there. You can call, you can text, you can try and FaceTime, WhatsApp, message me. Whatever works, I'm available. So I'm here for you and for your success, and best wishes. Blessings.